That makes me think there's more to explore. Thought I saw it all.
Back already?
I might want to look around more first.
I'll come with you then.
Yeah, come. Why? But why though?
Oh, good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
Okay, I think we saw everything. I don't know what else there would be. Fine.
Hello, Aloy.
Hi.
Hiya, Gaia.
So you're ready?
Yes. Initialization is complete. All tests show that my heuristic matrix launched correctly and is stable. You must have many questions.
Yeah. But two big ones first. We're not going to be able to fix the biosphere without making you whole. I ran a search for your subfunctions at the Hades Proving Lab, but Minerva was the only one I found.
Thankfully, the sensory capabilities of this facility are far more advanced. I will search for the others now. Transmitting query pattern.
Holy shit! There's that many?
Of Apollo, Artemis, and Eleuthia, I can find no trace.
Oh,
They are
okay.
simply gone.
What about the others?
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon are revealed. They lie within reach.
Okay.
Procurable.
Okay. Huh. My ridiculous
It too
emote.
stands revealed, but it is not like the others.
That's for sure.
In the years since the extinction signal, Hephaestus has evolved. Moreover, it is not confined to a single location. It haunts the
everywhere.
global network that connects cauldrons to each other across the planet, making it exceptionally difficult to subdue.
Let me guess. We need it bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
So we start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted after my own capabilities have been significantly enhanced.
Grab the other subordinate functions first, then Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
Okay.
So, Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon. How do I capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processor to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate function to its original code state.
And then how do I get it back
Easy.
here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried
Like a
back
flash
to this
drive.
facility.
Like a thumb drive.
The cartridge your root kernel was stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is
You
limited,
fall asleep with your eyes
so
open?
it
Yes.
can only carry one subordinate function at a time. But in all other respects, it will suffice.
Was I just like this without moving for a very long time?
Maybe you can help me make sense of something. A while ago, I had a run.
Was it you that thought I fell asleep that one time when I was reading text on my phone and I was just like this for like 5 minutes? Probably.
And with a group of strangers who tried to kill me. They had machine servitors and a clone of Elizabeth Sobek with them.
Yes, this was recorded by your focus.
Do you know who they are?
The answer to that question is related to the extinction signal that woke Hades, prompting my predecessor's self-destruction.
The extinction signal?
Oh God. Okay.
That sounds
Thanks.
ominous.
I'll check it out.
Come from Earth.
Can't wait.
The calculations are complicated, but it appears to have originated 81 trillion kilometers away.
What?
A distance so vast that light itself requires 8.611 years to cross it.
Okay, so what's so far away and why does it want us dead?
The Sirius star system.
Sirius? But that's where Far Zenith, their ship.
The Odyssey.
Yes, that's where it was headed. But it blew up. Unless... I don't... Why make it seem like they failed? They didn't want anyone to know. They didn't want future humans to think that they were out there.
Mmm.
The strangers who tried to kill me at the Hades Proving Lab? The ones with the clone? Are you saying that they're from... that they're descendants of... Far Zenith?
Yes, that is.
Holy shit! What? Oh my God. How did you track the signal? The Far Zenith descendants' plan.
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith want to do that?
At this point, we can only speculate.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for themselves? The strangers I ran into, they were after a Gaia backup of their own. I mean, if they did that... if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power... until she could take control of Hephaestus. And then the whole terraforming
That's
system.
true.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal failed to accomplish. Snuff out life, and then potentially to build an entirely new biosphere. To their specifications.
So they could be trying to do the same thing we are.
But with opposite results.
Extinction. Instead of salvation. Well, this is not good. How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus. From Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself. 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from Sirius. Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Correct. Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years. So the duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical database for any relevant location 8.6 light-years away. Because it was Far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
Crazy.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. Perhaps a way can be found to defeat their shielding.
Yeah, I hope so. Or I'm not gonna be winning fights against them anytime soon. The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made...
Did you follow what they were saying? The third time they said something, point, random number, years, I drifted away. No, I'm there. Yeah, I'm all about it. I got it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone who had thorough knowledge of the system, huh?
Yes. The signal's design was exceptionally precise and highly advanced.
My only question is, why are they... If they sent this signal to destroy life on Earth, and they sent some people here to, since that didn't work, right? They sent some people here to try again with Gaia. Like, how aren't the people that they sent gonna die? I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know.
Its intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced it.
The descendants I ran into at the Hades Proving Lab, they had a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates.
We don't ask these questions here.
Sobek functions in
Or maybe they are hoping that their like superior technology will protect them from whatever the fuck they're trying to do.
How could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge, and carried aboard the ship in storage.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone... How could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream? It's evil.
It is difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply with their orders.
Elizabeth Sobek? A subordinate? I don't think so.
Seemed like it.
You said Sirius is really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or 8.611 light years.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years. This appears to have been much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 29 years at an average of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did not set out for Earth until they learned of the extinction signal's failure, the journey was even faster. A mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
Lots of numbers. My assumption is that now that Hades failed, they just came for the terraforming AIs and don't want anything to do with Earth anymore. Maybe. They just came to retrieve the AI.
What is the state of the biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. These bellwether phenomena
Pretty
offer
obvious.
just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental.
Her head is spinning. My head rotated so fast it flew off. Maybe because I missed some important story bits earlier. Yeah. You love the glowing dress. It's pretty good. It's a little bit too showy for me.
Dysfunction, now driving
A little over the top.
biosphere towards collapse.
And you can't do anything to stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time. Only with Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
Yes, of course, Vicky. I was gonna cosplay as Gaia for the next stream. How long do we have?
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in
I'll
approximately
have
4
quite a
months.
problem getting my hair like that, though.
And if I gather Ether,
Dinar
Demeter,
time.
Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
Well, every bit counts.
Every time... I'm such a dumbass, man. Every time Olive talks about food, the only thing I think about is schnitzel. I don't know why. It just pops into my brain. Massive sausage. That too.
You said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines at cauldrons across the planet. Only through it can I program new
Brad
machines
words?
and alter the tasking of existing machines.
I hope that
to
was...
completely
Was that a
reverse
typo?
environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without
I hope not.
Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
Brad sausage. All the bread.
Given Hephaestus's importance, is there really no way to capture and merge it first?
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. In my present
Nothing beats a
state,
good piece of sausage
launched merged
and
with
a
Minerva,
lovely mustard.
I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8%.
I will say that.
Intended processing capacity. Hephaestus dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me rather than the other way around. A merge cannot be attempted until my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
And how many subordinate functions is that going to take?
Merging Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic network to 41.6% capacity, exceeding that of Hephaestus.
You said Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
Correct.
Spicy brown mustard
Unlike the
with
other
horseradish.
subordinate
Yeah,
functions which
yeah.
conform to discrete physical processors, Hephaestus is distributed throughout
Yes.
the global network that connects the planet's cauldron.
Love mustard so much.
So when the time
even
comes...
like plain ass yellow mustard. I love it. But yeah, a spicy brown mustard. Or like a stone ground mustard. Oh, so good.
To subdue it? How do we make that happen?
I do not know. While you are retrieving the procurable subordinate functions, I will attempt to find a solution.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So could you build an army of machines? Attack the descendants of Far Zenith and take them out?
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes.
From pretzels
once
to
I have
brats
been
to plain old
empowered
turkey
with
sandwich is
capacities
the
of
only thing I
Hephaestus,
must have,
I
yeah.
could design, build, and command such an army. Given the
Everybody
nature
else
of
in
the
my
Far
family
Zenith
hates
threat,
mustard.
Doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however,
Well,
that I have
not my
misgivings
family
about using
Well, my wife and my daughter hate mustard.
such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
USAMF, raised in Florida, lived in Atlanta suburbs for a while, moved to my dream location in Arizona a few years ago. I loved Arizona. I would move back to Arizona. No questions asked. So nice there. I've seen stories about Florida. Yeah, Florida man. Moved to Netherlands 4 years ago and now don't know where to go. I will live in Arizona too then. Arizona is great. It gets hot. But boy, like it gets really, really nice in the wintertime. In the fall. So nice.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
The three subordinate functions that you detected. What do we know about them?
All three are relevant.
So
to
happy here,
problems
even though
currently
yes, you
plaguing the
boil here in
biosphere.
late June to early September.
Ether
Yeah.
is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere.
It was always
and
so
moderating
weird.
The weather.
When we first moved out there, like people would go outside when it rained and just stand in the rain with their like arms up. And I was like, what are these people doing? They would just like every time it rained, it was a joyous occasion.
Poseidon controls the
Very
organic
strange.
and chemical composition of water resources. Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life. If all three were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular. In human terms, they are frightened, lost.
Northern Arizona is a
Like
whole
Minerva.
different story, Vicky.
They need to be whole again.
Exactly.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the proving lab
Oh, I already
appear
read.
to furthered energy
Yeah, no kidding.
throughout every For example, assuming I have no shield,
So there's...
always.
I guess I should get going and start bringing back subordinate functions. What can you tell me about their locations?
Oh yeah, 100%. I thought when we moved to Arizona, I thought that like the whole like, oh, but it's a dry heat thing was a bunch of bullshit. But it's so true. It's so true. You get in the shade, like if it's 115 degrees and you get in the shade, you actually cool down, right? You actually cool down. But if you get in the shade when it's 100 degrees with like 80% humidity, you're not cooling down at all. You're just sweating constantly. At least in the dry heat, your body does what it's supposed to do, right? You sweat, the sweat evaporates off your skin, cooling you down. Here, you sweat and nothing evaporates and it just drips down your body and it's disgusting. Anyway.
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate function sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case, you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be in the middle of Tanakh territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read on your focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this location. My
Words.
substratal geography data indicates that a major old-world settlement called Las Vegas was located there.
Las Vegas.
A ruin in the middle of the desert, huh?
Yep.
Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the coast to the far west. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Netherlands
Okay,
and
so
I don't know
subordinate
BR.
functions to go after. Ether somewhere in Tanakh's territory, Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Brussels. Brazil, that's right. I knew that already. I'm so dumb. We had already talked about that.
I think I'll head for Ether.
Then I will assign Ether as the objective on your focus. If you obtain it, I may be able to use it to quell the most severe storms in the region. Though I will require Hephaestus and the control over machines that it offers to permanently stabilize the biosphere. Should you change your mind, you can update your objective via your focus interface at any time. I will also transmit a summary of available data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you have a great deal to accomplish.
I do, don't I?
You thought Olive
Is
was lying to
something
you?
wrong?
I don't know. It's just that Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life on Earth, and a lot has gone wrong, and it's all on my shoulders to fix it. Do you think I can do it all? Repair the system, defeat Varzenith, live up to
Yeah,
her
if I had to
example?
guess, I would have guessed Rio probably.
Absolutely. In her last message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you,
Englandia is the capital of England.
you prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core. You will prevail in this.
Thank you, Gaia. Well, I guess I should get going.
I have unlocked the facility's exits. One leads onward to the west. The other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish
Yeah,
to return
no kidding.
east.
Wow.
Varl?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Gaia's opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
Right. We've got a base of operations.
Gaia? What is this?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
So this...
I've compiled available information on the Parametric Situational Climate Observation Placement System, or Cyclops for short, for your perusal. The Regional Control Center was intended to oversee terraforming operations in the area. Cyclops was included as a failsafe. It consists of a network of 10 drones designed to automatically deploy in the event of biosphere degradation. The drones would then disperse to various locations